What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm reviewing WandaVision Episode 7. This episode came out today and of course stars Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff and Paul Bettany as Vision. Now before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the post notification bell so you can notify for every video, and let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So the opening recap of the previous episodes I thought was great. Doesn't go full in detail with those episodes, just gives you a good overall summary of those previous episodes so you can actually understand this episode. The semi-modern family style of this episode works because, first you're going into the 50s/60s in the previous episodes, then you go into actual color, and then now it's sort of that modern family type show now, well, for this episode at least, and I think it works for what they were going for. The title sequence, I thought it was very clever how they did it. It basically just shows WandaVision, and then on the side, created by Wanda. Fantastic. Actually lets you know that finally confirmed, which is obviously what's happening, but Wanda has created her own reality, obviously. The alternate carnival reality sequence in this episode with a different version of Darcy, I thought it was great. It really shows that they're actually going full on into this multiverse madness stuff. And trust me when I tell you, this show just gets creepier and weirder. And this episode is by far one of the creepiest episodes of any Marvel TV show that I've ever seen. There are some hilarious sequences within this episode. Of course, it's Marvel, so you can't go without some hilarious sequences. And they do deliver. They are funny. Now let's talk about Agnes, of course played by Kathryn Hahn, who is phenomenal in this TV show. So Agnes is of course revealed to be, spoiler alert, but everyone knows this already, Agatha Harkness. And she is terrifying in this episode. And when I say terrifying, I actually legitimately mean terrifying. I've never seen anything like this with any Marvel product, any Marvel content. And I never expected it to get this dark and this terrifying in anything. But Kathryn Hahn as Agnes, she's perfect. She is the definition of a great horror character in a superhero film or TV show for a PG-13 level, obviously. But she's just perfect as Agatha Harkness. It obviously makes a lot of sense, because going back to when Sparky died, now it's finally confirmed that she did kill Sparky. But when things are slowly revealed, like with different sequences that Agnes is in, or sequences that you do not see her in, that you see her controlling things in the background and doing different stuff in the background, which is a great reveal. But I mean, everyone already knew she was Agatha Harkness, so it really wasn't that big of a reveal. But how she does everything is terrifying. There are a lot of weird sequences, of course. In every single episode of WandaVision, there were weird sequences. But this one definitely goes into some extremely weird territory. Now, the sequences in this episode, like I said, are terrifying and horrifying. Of course, Agatha Harkness is terrifying. But there is a sequence where you go to a lair, and of course, whose lair do you think it is? Mephisto. Fantastic. I'm so excited because Mephisto is obviously the Marvel demon, and he is terrifying in the comics, so I cannot wait to see what he actually looks like. I'm pretty sure they're probably not going to show him in WandaVision. I don't think they will show him in WandaVision, because you already have Agatha Harkness, and WandaVision's it's almost over. So I think they're going to save Mephisto for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But just getting the final confirmation that it's obviously Agatha Harkness, and sort of confirmation that Mephisto is actually in now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is just phenomenal. And I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Mephisto as well as Agatha Harkness. Now, the last line that Agatha Harkness says is horrifying. So the ending sequence for this episode is sort of obviously what I just mentioned earlier. You seeing her basically controlling everything and her in the background of everything, which means that obviously she is the reason for this, for Wanda's trauma, her craziness, and for this reality. And she says something, and I'm going to say what she says. She says, "I killed Sparky too." Just that line is terrifying because after that, she laughs just like a witch, Agatha Harkness. She laughs, and it's horrifying. And I'm going to keep saying this because Catherine Hahn is just perfect casting for Agnes. She actually sounds terrifying. She sounds like a witch in this episode. And her character, I believe this, her character is going to get better and better as she progresses through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Of course, she's probably going to be with Mephisto in some movie, most likely Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but she's going to be with Mephisto, I would say, a lot, because they may not be setting Mephisto up to be the big bad like how Thanos was, but Mephisto's definitely going to be a big part of Phase 4 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's about it. There's nothing bad about this episode. WandaVision episode 7 is a phenomenal episode. It is by far the best episode of WandaVision, and I highly recommend it. And I'm going to give WandaVision episode 7 an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you can never forget a video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.